Magandang araw mga boss. This is BossTL and welcome to my vlog. Ngayong araw, hindi road trip ang pag-uusapan natin. Magkakaroon tayo ng review. Hindi siya unboxing of course kasi itong bag na to, nagamit na natin. So, right now what I have in front of me is a tank bag. So today we are going to review a product that is for Duke200 and probably Duke390 na old model. Alam naman natin ang disadvantage ng ating bike na Duke is that there's no compartment space. Nagiging tendency for us who rides all day using our bike is to find a place wherein we could store our rain gear at the minimum. With no compartment, normally we are forced to actually bring a backpack. For example, in my case, I bring a backpack that is waterproof. So an example of the backpack I usually bring is this waterproof backpack from Tactics. So medyo mura lang naman siya, but it's already waterproof. This one. Yan. Go that. Tapos ikot mong ganyan. Then technically it's rubber material, so there's no seam in here that water would seep through. So this is 100% waterproof, so it's very good. Unfortunately, disadvantage ng backpacks is every time we use it on long rides, especially on hot days like this, is the tendency for our backs to actually perspire so much. So basa lagi ang ating t-shirt. Aside from the backpack, I was actually trying to find a tank bag that I can use sa Duke200 ko. And unfortunately, there's no tank bag that is, or there's no magnetic tank bag na pwede natin gamitin. The other alternative is you would actually use yung mga strap. The downside pag gumamit ka ng tank bag na this strap is medyo hassle lang having to strap it in place then unstrap it. So pag nagmamadali ka, medyo hassle siya pag tanggal at kabit. So I've read this sa Facebook page ng KTM Duke and RC users that there is a tank bag that is available that clips on the tank cap using a flange that is available for our model. So I searched around and found this tank bag here. The model is GIVI XS307. So it is available. So this is okay, and this is available sa selected branches of Moto World. Not every branch kasi carry this bag. Marami dyan is out of stock. Now, this tank bag is waterproof and this is 15 liters capacity according to this one. So, medyo on the medium side yung laki niya. So, kung ang target mo lang naman din is to bring your rain gears with you with additional gamit, this is very good for you. As far as I know, meron pang mas maliit dito. I'm not sure of the exact model ng GIVI, but this one suits me fine. So, as I said, this is no longer unboxing since nagamit ko na to. So, we'll just review this tank bag as it is. As you can see in here, this tank bag comes with a locking mechanism at the back of it. Now, kung makikita nyo dyan, meron mga screw holes. This one is movable, so depending on the placement ng tank cap sa tanke natin, you could actually move it. So for our Duke200, so ganito ang placement niyan on top of the tank, right? So to lock it in place, sa loob niyan, it is provided with, I'm not sure what this is called, but this is what you attach on top of your tank dun sa tank cap mo. If you buy this, you have to buy a flange that is specific for our case, it would be Duke. Now, this one, medyo mahirap maghanap nito. This is the flange that you need to buy kasi hindi siya kasama dito sa bag. And this one, I bought it also sa Motor World. And normally, it is for Duke200. It is priced at 750. So, ito ang itsura ng flange for our bike. Para siyang horseshoe. But this fits perfectly fine. Perfectly matches the ring here that is attachable dito. Parang ganyan eh. So, pag ito nakakabit to sa gas tank, we would latch it here. And this red, kung makikita nyo, itong mga red attachments here is the one that locks the bag in place here. Parang kumakapit siya pag ganun. So, once this is set in place do sa tank, sa ibabaw ng tangke ng Duke, once it is screwed in there, this bottom here gets locked into place by itong mga red na wedges here. This is a spring type wedge or locking system. So makikita mo naman yan. So it's actually movable. And when you place this one on top of this ring here, it locks the bag in place. So to release the bag, you just have to unlock it using this lever here. So this would retract the locking pins, releasing the bag from getting locked in this ring. So I'll show you later how it is when you install it on your bike. But for now, let's review the bag, okay? So the bag itself, well, as I mentioned, it has a rubber strip along the zipper. So whenever you close it, it is actually sealed. So kahit naka-zipper siya, water won't seep in. So the other thing that is included in this bag, it's a waterproofing raincoat. So although this bag is already waterproof by itself, may extra cover siya or extra protection. This one that you could actually put over your bag, and that would add extra protection like this one. Like that one. So this serves as an extra layer for your waterproofing. So hindi naman siya covered yung ilalim anyway, since it would be your tank below it. So hindi naman tatalsik ang tubig dyan. So the only protection that you need is actually around the bag, yung pinakaibabaw niya. So this one would add extra waterproofing for your bag. So waterproof na yung bag, may additional jacket ka pa para totally hindi papasok yung tubig dyan. So other than that, sa loob mismo ng bag, if I show you this one, so as you are seeing here, inside the bag meron pa siyang I don't know what this is called, but this is a lining inside the bag. You can place your things here, seal it like this one. You can seal it like this, and this is another layer. This is another layer of waterproofing. So the bag itself is waterproof. You add this one for another waterproofing layer, and you add the raincoat here, the raincoat ng bag, as another layer of waterproof. So all in all, your bag is safe. GIVI has made sure that your things inside the bag are protected from water damage. Now, aside from that, so ang laman ng bag here is you have this bag for your iPad na i-attach mo dito. So you have the two prongs here. You lock it in place. You have a strap here, and ilulusot mo lang siya dito, and voila, it's actually locked in place. So this won't go anywhere. So what you do in here, you place your iPad here. Kung wala kang iPad, you place your map in here. the plastic in here is touch sensitive, so even though merong ganito, you could still navigate using your phone or your iPad. Okay? But I wouldn't be using this kasi meron pa naman the front, how to say this, the front cover itself also has this plastic thing in here, so I really don't have, I really don't have to use this attachment kasi I could put my phone over here still. Okay, so right now what we're trying to do is we're going to install the flange dito sa tank cap ng ating Duke. The bag has this ring which we would be placing on top of our tank cap. Then we place this flange over it. Then with the screw provided together with the flange, like this one, we would be using 3 of these to lock the flange and the ring in place. So this is how the ring should be installed. The one with the cut should be placed facing the passenger or the driver. Now on top of this, you should be placing the flange on top of it. Then you place it in here. You don't need to pull out all 5 screws or bolts. You just need at least 3 bolts in here. So I already removed the 3 bolts in here. So what I need to do is just install this one with the bolt provided, together with the flange. Okay, so looks tight enough. Now we're trying to place the bag over this flange here. Bali, itong ring ipapasok natin dito sa pinaka-circle na ito. And when we hear the clicking sound, or at least the latching sound, it's already locked, as you can see. Now, when your bag is already latched to the tank flange, as an added protection, you still have this strap as an added measure para hindi basta-basta malaglag yung bag. So all you have to do is wrap it around your handlebar and lock it in place. So you would see, when I remove this, kunwari natanggal man siya, at least hindi lilipad yung bag mo palayo. You still have this strap in here to prevent your bag from flying away. So this bag is equipped with the top cover here, as I mentioned earlier. This cover here, so you could put or access your things inside easily. But if you do not want to open the whole bag itself, you have pockets on each side of the bag, isa dito at isa dito. So if you're in a parking lot and you have to put some money, or you have to put your tickets, you have the side pockets easily accessible with a zipper. Plan to actually park the bike already, for example, and you want to bring a bag with you. This bag is provided with a strap. So you strap this strap into these latches here, lock it in place, remove the bag from the bag. They remove the bag from being locked dun sa tank flange. Then you could actually use it as a shoulder bag already. So you could carry it as a handbag, or you could strap it around your shoulder as a shoulder bag. Okay? The only thing that I have observed is medyo may kabigatan siya than ordinary shoulder bag. The thing I have observed dito sa tank bag na to, the difference between this one and the RC390 is the placement of the tank cap. For Duke 390 na bago, etong tank cap ay bandang nandito. Right? So, the way it would appear is medyo naka-atras ng onte itong bag na to, parang pag ganito. So, technically speaking, pag medyo naka-atras yung tank bag, medyo malayo siya sa handlebar. Yan yung sa mga, even for RC390, the tank cap is farther away from the handlebar. Even the Duke 390, yung bago, medyo mas malayo siya. That's the disadvantage of the old version ng Duke 390 and Duke 200, wherein the tank cap is near the handlebar. So when you attach your bag here, the disadvantage of having your tank cap very near the handlebar is that whenever you do a full turn, like this one, whenever you do a full turn, left or right, it is hitting the bag here and here, like this one. Like that one, it is already hitting the bag here, and this area of the bag is providing resistance whenever you do a full turn. It doesn't look that serious, pero mararamdaman mo siya when you are riding the bike already, which I would show you later when we do a test drive using this bike. So right now, lumabas muna tayo to test drive how convenient the tank bag would be. So earlier, as I mentioned, pinakita ko kasi yung mga downside na itong tank bag na to. This is the 15 liters extreme GIVI tank bag na merong tank flange, right? Kung tutuusin, itong bag, it's not really that big, it's not small. So, komportable naman. If you could see my chest, malayo siya kahit na gumanon ako. Even if I lean forward, makikita mo yung distance from my chest. Right? So, no problem with that. If you would use this sa RC200 or RC390, and even Duke na yung bagong model ng Duke 390, yung 2018 model, the tank flange, or at least the tank pop, is medyo located banda dito. However, kasi sa Duke, sa mga earlier version of Duke 200 and Duke 300, kung mapapansin mo, yung tank, ano ba tawag doon, tank cap niya, wherein you would place the tank flange, medyo masyadong naka-forward. I'll show it to you later pag tinanggal ko ulit. So I'll stop here. So as you could see, if I turn the handlebars to the left and to the right, as long as walang nakakabit either side nung handlebar, walang problema. But if you look at this way, medyo pinipress niya na dito sa side ng tank bag, like this one as well. So kung punong-puno to, the only disadvantage in this one is pag punong-puno tong bag mo, tsaka medyo bulky yan, medyo that's the time na medyo pipigilan niya yung full turn ng handlebar. So that's the disadvantage of that. As I was explaining earlier, ang difference kasi mostly ng RC, this is very good for the RC 200 and RC 390 kasi itong tank cap is located somewhere here. So medyo naka-atras ng onti yung tank bag na ganon. So there's no problem with the steering. So walang tatama dyan. Even the Duke, the latest version of Duke, yung Duke 390, yung bago, medyo naka-atras yung tank cap niya. But for the older version of the Duke 390 and this Duke 200, the problem is the tank cap is situated farther up front. So dito, even though adjustable naman yung mga placement ng bolts or ng screw dito, ito na yung pinakadulo eh. Pero since the tank cap is situated sa bandang paunahan ng gas tank mo, near the handlebar, kahit na todo mo na yan at ilalak natin like this one, yan, dikit na dikit pa siya. If you could actually see it here, there's almost no room to maneuver. So pag ito-turn mo siya, right, like this one, ito-turn mo siya to the left or to the right, you would actually see the handlebar hitting the bag already. So anong magiging problem niyan? Ang magiging problem niyan is right now yung bag ko walang laman, right? So kung ito-turn ko siya, makikita mo medyo nayuyupi. Even if I turn it to the left full, kita nyo, yupi siya. Now, the disadvantage to that one is hindi ko pwedeng punuin ng talagang full na yan na to the point na natutulak to. Kasi pag natutulak na yan, almost solid, that wouldn't give you any parang hindi siya tawag doon, hindi siya magfo-fold or hindi siya UUP na ganon to allow the handlebar to be turned in full. So mangyayari dyan, parang pipigilan niya pag ganyan. So ang effect, you cannot turn to the left or to the right in full turn. So that's the disadvantage of this bag. So before when I didn't have this tank bag, I always bring my waterproof backpack in all my travels para lang lagyan ng how do you say this, para paglagyan ng mga rain gears ko and additional things. The downside to having a backpack is, first of all, pag mainit ang panahon, automatic basa ang likod ko. So that's the downside to that one. And the other downside to that one is pag may kailangan akong store na gamit or itago na gamit, kailangan kong huminto pa sa gilid like this one. Pakita ko sa inyo. Like this one, I'm wearing my backpack right now. So ang gagawin ko pa is I'll have to stop at the side of the road, then get my backpack. Bubuksan ko pa siya. It's too much of a hassle just to get something that I need, right? Unlike when I have this tank bag over here, all I need to do is open, then get something in here. It's very useful, especially if I'm trying to, although hindi man ako pwedeng pumunta ng expressway, right? But like for example, if I'm going into a parking lot and I'm about to get a ticket, madali nang itago yung ticket or parking card, or ang tawag doon, yung parking ticket. I just have to place it here. Alrighty. Okay, so that is our review of the GIVI Tank Bag XS307. Sana may napulot kayo, and thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel at BossTL PH for more videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button and watch more videos. Thank you.